Hi everyone, this is Dominic again, checking in with you 30 months after my gastric sleeve surgery. I apologize, the last video I have done was at the 10-month mark. There's a very specific reason why people like me drop off the face of the earth after they've made their videos. Um, the reason is you've become normal again. So it's kind of a catch-22. One, I want to come on here and I want to give everybody updates so you can see what life is post-surgery. But the flip side to it is that it's a wonderful experience in that I don't think about weight that much anymore, and thus you kind of just live a different life. I call it the normal life. So sorry that I don't have the videos up here as much as I used to. I'm going to try every couple of months to get on here to give you a little bit more of a 2 and 3 and 4 year post-surgery updates. So what I'd like to kind of tell you guys is at the 10-month mark I was down 120 pounds, and I had for a couple months after that saw myself really not losing any more weight. Um, Keep in mind the first 10 months I really ate anything I wanted and still lost weight. You'll realize and you'll read a lot of things that your body, everybody's body has a different stopping point. There are some doctors out there will actually say that a 210-pound guy with a little bit of weight on him is just as healthy as a 185-pound guy who runs. Just because your bodies they stop at where they're comfortable. Others will tell you that you need something to kickstart through those things. There's a guy I follow on here that got me started in hot yoga. I thought that would kickstart me. I loved hot yoga. Didn't kickstart me at all. So I'm stuck at around 250 pounds. I've done things, I've tried some of the old diets I used to be on, like, Atkins or whatever, and I cannot break 240 for some reason. It's a small problem to have because, quite honestly, I could live the rest of my life at this weight. Sure, I'd like to be down at 210, 215. That's kind of my goal. But I think I'm going to have to put a pretty sizable effort to get down there. So my body stopped at about 250, which is around 120 pounds. The life I've led over the past 2 years since my last video has been wonderful. It's been normal. And I'll just go down the checklist of things that I can tell you that you'll go through. So yes, I still don't eat and drink at the same time. I've absolutely perfected kind of the times that I can eat and drink. So just to give you an update from me, I can eat about 5 minutes after my last drink. About 15 minutes after my last drink is really perfect, but about 5 minutes after I drink a water or an iced tea or something like that, then I'm good to go. So restaurants, you got to kind of figure that out. After eating, it's still a good hour for me before I can really take a drink. Sometimes right about an hour you can kind of you can kind of drink, but that's really the only inconvenience I have in my life at all, is that after I eat, if I feel thirsty, I gotta wait. It just doesn't feel very good to do that. So I usually wait a good 45 minutes to an hour and a half before I really drink after that. But the flip side, water goes through you pretty fast. Beverages, see, look, what am I eating these days? So drink a lot of water, drink a lot of iced tea. You can drink, or I could drink carbonated stuff all day. It doesn't bother me at all. It's has the same effect as any liquid that I drink. Alcohol, I'm not a big drinker anyway, but you will find it to be very true that alcohol hits you faster when you've had this surgery. It also diminishes faster, so if I have a vodka tonic or something, I feel it pretty much right away, and then it goes away within 15 minutes. So it's the best of both worlds. You'll feel it, and then you don't have it anymore. So caffeine, same thing. You feel it faster, and then it drops off pretty quick. One of the things that I've been watching lately has been just the effect of foods and what I eat on my blood sugar. I was never diabetic. I'm not diabetic now, but you will, just like foods, just like caffeines and alcohol stuff affects you, so does sugar when you put it in your body. So I found that I really can't have ice cream anymore. That is, it's too concentrated of a sugar. I would find myself spiking my blood sugar so much off of that, and I didn't like the way I felt. Again, I'm not diabetic, so it's just you have your body just adjusts differently now. So to me, I don't even touch ice cream anymore. It's really kind of a, yeah, I mean, I don't really crave it anyway. So um, I eat pretty much anything. I stay away from the fried foods. I'll have a couple French fries. Um, you, 2 years, 3 years into this, I'm still explaining to waiters and waitresses, no, I don't need any more drink. Sometimes I'll tell them, hey, I can't eat and drink at the same time, and sometimes they'll walk away. Sometimes they'll kind of look at me like, what does that mean? So sometimes you try to explain it, sometimes you don't. I still am pretty stubborn. I'll order full-size meals. I like to take them home and either finish them that night or finish them the next day. I've seen a couple people on here who found ways to gain the weight back, and that is just to stay at the restaurant longer and eat. Just take a lot longer to eat, and then so you're still eating a bunch of crap. I don't. I mean, I'm done after a little bit. I'm done. So I take it home, and sometimes my wife and I will share a meal or something like that. So nothing really big. A couple of times I saw myself get up to about 265. I think at one point I was at 270 because I was just eating everything I could get my hands on all day long, and I mean that was a quick fix. I just stopped doing it. I mean I wasn't eating. It was just more old habits than anything else. So I just kind of cut the carbs out for a while, and it drops right back down. So like right now I'm about 255 ish. My lowest is 251, and I'm kind of just in between that. In between that. Yeah. So I was trying desperately to get into the 240s. So watched a couple things on here, and like I said, the hot yoga thing or yoga in general was kind of suggested to kickstart the loss. And as much as I absolutely loved hot yoga, it was very beneficial, I think, mind and body kind of thing, but it didn't help me lose weight at all. I mean, it didn't kick it. What I haven't done yet is I haven't gone to a gym. I haven't started running. I haven't really done anything like that. So hopefully in the next video or two, I can share with you, if that works or not. So I am kind of looking into that thing. So other than that, I can tell you, for those people who are watching this in sequence of things, you can see firsthand kind of the difference in appearance and all that kind of jazz. I'm not really looking the best this morning because I just woke up a little bit ago. But your life becomes normal. This is the best feeling in the world. I can't believe I waited this long to do it. I would have gotten so much more out of the earlier years of my life had I just done this surgery before. But I'm thankful that I did it. As you've seen in some of my old videos, I have a problem with needles and blood and hospitals, and you kind of just block that out of your mind and do it. I mean, I'm still shocked to this day that I got over that part. But anyway, I think it's just, if you're looking at this is 30 months after surgery, and I love every minute of my new life. It is a normal life. It's kind of interesting because you don't eat all your meals, and you see skinnier people eating all their meals. I just got back from a 4 or 5 day Bandon Dunes golf trip, where at the end of the day, at the end of 36 holes, you got a bunch of guys eating and everybody's finishing their meal, but I'm the one that eats half of it. And you look at these little skinny guys just pounding away food, and it's just the new lifestyle. You order a $15-20 plate of food, and you're only going to eat half of it. That's just the new reality for me. In that trip, every day I had a little pizza or whatever. I took half of it home and ended up throwing it away because just didn't really want it, which is so different than what you've ever known before. So for those people who are watching this in sequence and are thinking, do I need to do this surgery or not? I really want to kind of speak to that. I don't even really recall the first 3 to 6 months. It's and that's, I think, the hardest part of it. But you'll go through some, you'll have to do some really regimented things in the beginning. But 4 to 6 months in, I'm really eating the same stuff I did back then. There are certain things that you'll become tired of. So initially you eat a lot of like chilies and soups and things like that. I can't touch soup anymore. I'm so done with soup. I still love chili because it's my family's recipe and I absolutely love it. So when it's cooked, I like it. I don't eat a tenth of the chili I used to. Um, but you should definitely do the surgery. I think I don't have any of the complications. I have heard stories of people who have had complications. I've not had any, so I feel myself very fortunate. I just, the gastric sleeve for me was the one that I wanted to do because it was not reversible. I never wanted an option to go back to the way I was, but I could tell you now, I never would think about it. I mean, if it was an option right now to reverse it, I wouldn't do it in a million years. I mean, I like my attention being on other things like my family, my daughter, being a better athlete, and just doing more outside of the house is, I mean, that's just what I've always wanted to do. So I would tell you to do it in a heartbeat. Your life will change. There'll be a couple months there where you're like, dang, I can't eat the food I want, and you're looking at the food and you want it. That goes away. I mean, I could care less about the food. Sometimes you'll sit there and go, man, I'm really hungry, and you'll still have those things where I really want to make sure this food I eat next is good, and it quenches my hunger. But nothing. You're never as hungry as you were before, and that's the normalness of this. It's like you really don't when you stop thinking about, hey, I'm hungry and where do I want to eat, you really don't care. You just don't care. So that's honestly the hardest part about this now is that in the past, I would spend a lot of time with my wife or my family about where are we going to eat. And my thought process is where can I get the most satisfaction out of this meal? Now it's really, I don't care where we eat because I'm not going to eat a full meal anyway. So I don't care. So then it's still kind of it still takes forever to kind of pick out where we want to eat. But anyway, I think my family would tell you that I'm a much better person now. I think my daughter, if she was old enough, she's about 4 now, she would tell you I'm a much better dad. And those are the things that I think are the most important things in life. And if I had millions, I'd pay for every surgery for anybody who wanted it because it's a life changer. It's a game changer. I don't care if you're 20 years old or you're 50 or 60 years old. If you have the means to do the surgery, you got to do it. If you don't have insurance and this is going to cost you $20,000-$30,000, then frickin' finance it. It's more important than buying a car. It's more important than buying a new house. It's more important than setting money away for. I'm going to tell you, it's more important than putting money for your kids' college. It is, because what it does to you and the change it does to you far outweighs, because you'll just be a better, more productive person, and you'll be a better family guy. You'll be a better everything. So you got to be able to just do it. So find a good reputable surgeon and just do it. So anyway, this is about 13-14 minutes long. I think I've covered everything. Oh, the only thing I was going to say is that there is one thing I know I need to do better at. I don't count my protein anymore. I used to count protein all the time to make sure I got 80 to 100 grams. I know I'm falling short on that. I don't feel any ill effects towards that, so I don't see myself, weak. I don't see, muscle mass going down. I think I'm just as strong as I used to be. But maybe maybe I could be even better if I still counted my 180 to 100 grams of protein every day. I don't. I try to, to do things like that. I just don't. The other thing is the vitamin intake. I probably haven't been on the suggested vitamin intake for over a year. In fact, part of why I'm on this video now is that I just found my little organizer, and I wanted to. That kind of kickstarted my thoughts of, man, I don't do this enough. So I'm back on prenatals, vitamin D, D3 I think it is, and biotin. I have that in there too. But man, everything has been wonderful. So please send your comments over. I'll try to keep everybody up to date. So just as a refresher, I'm still down 120 pounds. Life is phenomenal. I'm normal. I eat normal. Actually, I eat less than normal. I just, to me, it's the normal skinny person. I just wish I was skinnier doing it. I'll try to update you guys after I go on kind of a workout regimen, see if I can get this next 30 pounds gone, maybe 40 pounds. My initial goal was always 199.9. I just wanted to be there one time in my life. I haven't been there since high school. But anyway, hope this is helpful, guys. Send any comments that you have in. Sorry it took so long to give you a follow-up video. But yeah, shoot over any questions that you have. I'd be happy to answer them. And I'll leave you with the thought that don't even think twice about it. Don't think, if you've tried everything and you've dieted a million times, your brain is not strong enough to do it. Mine wasn't. It's take it out of the equation. Do it. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye.